Live from the Trustmark studios of the Gallo Show, home loan from Trustmark fits you to a T. Trustmark, people you trust. Advice that works. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Ladies and gentlemen, Cedric Burnside, fresh from the Grammy as a winner. A little duet with the one and only Steve Azar. It's one of those songs that we don't hear enough, called Cold Water. Steve, good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning. I'm so proud of Cedric and Kingfish. It's just bringing the gold back home to where it belongs. And I know Bobby Rush had done it a couple years in a row, so just really happy for him. I texted him, both of them, immediately. Really happy for them and so well-deserved.
I was talking to the better half yesterday, and a little thing on Kingfish that I did not know, that one of the people in the family is a teacher, and she had an opportunity to, him being in Kingfish, being in a class, that he was the most mannered, nice kid. Absolutely a nice kid.
He's incredible. And I've had both on my show, obviously, but making a record with Cedric and playing a lot of shows, you know, even when we did the Mighty Mississippi for years, never did it without Cedric. I've seen him play in rain and thunder and lightning. We are a couple of the few people next to Dina Carter that would do it. So we're nuts. But anyway, he's a super guy, and I'm so happy for him.
Well, I want to talk about the One Mississippi for just a second here, but let me get to the big thing first of all, is the Mockingbird Songwriters Music Festival. Are you okay with the weather? Well, it doesn't look like we're going to have another storm go through.
No storm, Paul, but, you know, for some reason we moved it a month later from last year because it was like 32 and drizzling during Friday night, and I had to run up there and put heaters on the stage for my buddies because they were going to kill me. And they were impressed that I was actually the one doing it, and I said, well, here's the deal. So anyway, but it's going to be like 40 degrees, I think, at night, but it's 60-something tomorrow. It's sunny, and the weekend's going to be awesome. So we're going to have fire pits, and it's a great way to see. I think it makes it even more intimate the night.
I do, too.
We're excited. Yeah, it'll be good.
On the other side of it, it'd be hard to sleep when it's like 80 degrees at night and you got mosquitoes all over the place. So I'd rather have it this way than the other way. Bring a blanket and a sweater, and you will be fine. It's not going to get that cold till late at night, and I'm hoping by that time you're snoozing somewhere by the time it gets to 40.
Paul, you know the farm. You're exactly right.
Yep.
And we're going to be on the Zappone's farm. Tim and Angie is the Gin Dunleith. So we're excited year two. It's perfect venue, and we appreciate them so much.
All right, talk a little bit about the venue.
It's awesome. You know, gins are cropping up around the country. They're getting reconverted to places where you can have event spaces. The great thing about Tim's is, you know, they just did such a great job. I'm not giving Tim any credit. Angie's the one with all the style. Sorry, Tim, if you're listening. I know you are. But it's just awesome, and there's a lot of rehearsals, wedding rehearsals, concerts, everything in the gin now. But we're going to do it outside, and it's going to be VIP areas inside the gin and on the deck outside. So it's really quaint. You get to see the tractors. The Case IH tractors in our regard. My friends at Delta Group have always been so supportive of everything I do. So they'll be there, and anyway, long story short, we're excited, and it's just ready to roll. I got over a dozen, I think by 15 coming in. I can't tell. I can't remember now. All I know is everybody keeps going, can we bring such and such? Okay, and that costs, of course. But with that said, well over a couple hundred hits, I'd imagine. It's crazy.
Wow.
Crazy.
Wow.
Crazy. Yeah.
So if somebody's making plans today, and this is the first time they've heard about this, how do they find that? Is it GPSable? What
the heck? How could it be the first time? Everybody? No, go to mockingbird.eventbrite.com. No, sorry. Mockingbird we talked about this, Paul. Mockingbird2022.eventbrite.com. Mockingbird, the year.eventbrite.com, and get your tickets. They go off sale tomorrow afternoon. You can buy them at the gate. It'll cost you more.
And they'll have all the directions on it for there.
Yeah.
Can you
bring your stadium chair? It's easy. You know, it's going to be great.
You're going to have food there.
Yeah, Doe's only. You know, of course, Doe's food truck and Lost Pizza.
Yep.
They're my go-tos down here. So maybe I can get Mark Shapley to do Mark, if you're listening, Shapley's to do a food truck, but maybe they'll never do that.
Well,
but, you know,
if you do get a lost pizza, and I'm hoping they offer, like they do at their retail outlets, a real anchovy, they make the best around. I'll tell you that.
You can't take the Italian out of the boy, can you?
No. If you go in, let's say an RV, can you do that? You got camper room?
Yeah, we made room. Actually, believe it or not, I walked in our CBB's office, Wesley Smith, the other day, and there were 12 individual single people with single campers. I'm trying to make sense out of that. And he wanted me to play One Mississippi for him, so I did. And now they're all coming to the festival. All of them are bringing their RVs. And we had a few already. So we got 15, 18 RVs showing up and a tour bus from Nashville.
How much do the tickets cost if you can get them in advance?
$35, and you can give the band their bands, and you can give it to somebody else for the next night if you can't be there. We want folks there. Just trying to make it as easy as possible. RV folks, I just said, just come on. We'll find a space. We want people there. You know, it's the what do you call it? Music City comes to the birthplace of American music. I think it's a beautiful collision.
You can have a variety of music from blues to country, etc.
My buddy James has written most of Joe Bonamassa's, who's one of the hottest bluesmen in the world, songs. He also wrote, in the last 3 albums, he's written most of those, but he also wrote Broken Wing by Martina. He wrote I Ain't That Lonely Yet by Dwight. Then you've got Philip LeMans, who I just had on my show last week. He's Hootie and the Blowfish, Edwin McCain songs, many. So he goes from Keith Urban all the way to Carrie Underwood to Hootie and the Blowfish to, Joe Bonamassa, et cetera. Yeah. Paul, a great song is a great song. It can be recorded in any genre.
Absolutely. Somebody's asking on C-Spar text line, can you bring a tent?
Yeah, I don't care. Bring it.
Yeah.
This is how loose I am. This is, bring one. I think it'd be great if you want to come tent camp. Absolutely. We'd love it.
Plenty of ground to do that, and as far as security, there's always that. Come on, it's going to be safe, no problem there.
Yeah, Paul, I've always got my Washington County Sheriff's Department on hand. They're the best. I love them.
No problem there. I do want to mention this, that the time. Somebody's asking, what time should they be there? What time can they set up? What is the time of the concerts, etc.
I love that. 4:00 gates open tomorrow night on Friday. We'll go to about 11:15, so that's that time. And then 11 o'clock on Saturday, but Saturday. Shows start around 1:30, though.
And it goes to 11 o'clock at night on Saturday night?
Both nights, yeah.
I got you. Is there an itinerary on who's going to be playing when?
Everything. Go to that
on that website.
2022.eventbrite.com, or you can go to my website, steveazar.com. Click the menu button, go to extras, you'll see Mockingbird right there.
Well, here's the major question, because if this one's not answered in the affirmative, you're going to have half your people drop out. And the question is, are you going to play a song?
I'll play. I'm going to get up and play some stuff with my buddy James House. We wrote so many songs together Saturday afternoon. I'll probably get up and play One Mississippi. I'm excited about the.
Well, you gotta do that. Come on, man. You gotta have that. Yeah. You gotta have that. I think that's our opening bumper on the next in song coming up in a moment or two. But
I love it. I love
anything else about the event? Well, I tell you what we'll do. I want to. Can you hang out for a second, because I want to ask you about the One Mississippi, and also maybe a little bit. Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I woke up for you and Perez early today, so I'd be prepared.
Good. That's what I was getting. I hope you wrote all this down, and we'll get that from Steve Azar coming up next. So, tell me a little bit about this. First of all, that was 1962 when that song came in, and everybody understands the political connotations to that. And it was long past, and as I thought about this a long time ago, after I first heard the song, and then we were talking to Governor Bryan about it, that the song was written specifically for the bicentennial. Tell me a little bit about the giving birth to this, how you wrote it, where you wrote it.
I wrote it between the governor's mansion and my home. Because I was driving home, and I was so inspired, because what I heard was, I want something that every kid could sing.
Mm-hmm.
and that just shook me. You know what I mean? As a songwriter, there's certain things that move you, and that moved me. And he wanted it for all Mississippians, and I feel like musically and as my life as I've been raised, I like to believe that I've gotten along with all Mississippians, or I sure want to get along with them. I make the joke, but I mean it. That songs want everybody to love them.
Yeah,
it's just the way it is. I'm built that way, and I just I feel like that. I feel like we got it right. The only reason I feel like we got it right, because a lot of times we get it wrong, Paul, is first of all, I've been writing at home for many years, and that's the easiest thing for me because Mississippi is such it's a plethora of backdrops, But then I feel like the song sort of encompasses us all. And the funny thing is, I grew up playing all inches of the state, and I've played sports in all inches of the state as a kid. You recognize it all, and it's so unique in different spots. It was moving to get to write. It was a blessing to get to write. And I remember I saw an article where Governor Reeves, I love his comment because I'm with him. He said, I never got taught the other song in school because he said, I was shooting hoops and so was I. I was doing the same thing. I was shooting hoops and practicing free throws. Now I feel like after 4 years of hearing people tell me from all backgrounds, from all over the state, going, that needs to be a state song, from Marks, Mississippi to Oxford to Albany, Mississippi, New Albany to, Tupelo to the Gulf Coast to the Delta. I've seen men cry. It sort of gave me the reason to feel like, well, maybe this is what we need for now. And it also opens the doors to all these other opportunities and these artists that are so well deserved. I know it's been a little bit of there's been some question marks in the press nationally, and they didn't address the fact that both parties, we had both parties on this thing that we're in. So it's everybody from politicians to the people who have their song, another different song, and there have been a multitude of those, want to have that legacy, and that's fine. I can understand that, but it's not about the legacy. It's about the music of the song. This one just meets all of the criteria. For number one, it's not overly country or any other genre. It's the song, and that takes spotlight once in a. You and I talked because the Senate put in there that they want other genres in there also, and I thought, well, that's fine. If you want, some other states have that. But I would love to see you and Cedric, you and Dorothy Moore, not you guys. Dorothy Moore, Cedric, and maybe some other famous Mississippians with the same song sung, and they could even change the arrangement, but the same words. And man, that would be powerful. Yeah, they're all friends, and I respect Dorothy so much, and of course Cedric. But getting Marty and just the group, there's just so many great acts in Mississippi. Well, look, we could start talking about who would get on it, and it would be monumental. But, I think that's a great idea, Paul. And I think that it would sort of be weird. There was We Are the World. Kim and I were talking, Dylan and I were talking. And there's We Are One Mississippi. So we could do that. And, the bottom line is this. I know that became a question mark. And I know that, Philip Gunn and Speaker Gunn was so good to me, and Becky Curry was fighting, and Nicole Boyd and and I know all that. But Derek Simmons and Sarita Simmons and their Delta, they know me, and they know my heart, and I know their heart, and they were all in. So the crazy thing is, the press, when they want to get a story, they do talk, and I get it. And there was a story, and I get it. I understand everybody's viewpoint, but the truth is, this song, thank goodness it got rid of something. Well, Governor's got to sign first of all. Governor,
that's true.
Listening, come on. Second of all, this had a lot of unity. It's already unifying, and that's the key for us. We know Mississippi. We know the Mississippi we live in, and we know the folks we get along with, and the folks that love us and we love. And it breaks my heart, and it ticks me off to hear sometimes that we're misrepresented a little bit. That everybody's got to come live here first and be with us before they start to judge. Yeah. You know how I feel about our home state. I'll put the glove. I'll take the glove.
I do too. And that's the number one thing that aggravates me more than anything else, to hear people who, first of all, I don't know if folks understand this, but, bullying is a big thing. It's a big thing in Hollywood. It's a big thing on the late-night talk shows. Man, you bully, and that's just like saying the N-word. And you should face bullying of a kid, whether they are, regardless of what their situation happens to be. But at the same respect, these people are bullying Mississippi, and our people, when they talk about us, make us seem like we don't have no teeth, no shoes. They're doing nothing more than bullying the poor people of Mississippi, or reverse, educational level or whatever it happens to be. But here's the thing that the next people who come and want a song, regardless of who it is, what the song is, what the genre is, it is a political belt line that you've got to run through. So they'll have to do the same thing that you've done, and your feelings could be hurt, or they'll say some things that are not correct, or they may bash the song. But whomever wants to do this in the future, they got to go through the same thing.
Like Delbert said, I drove Delbert crazy, by the way, in this whole thing. But like Delbert said, he said, just listen to the song. If you're 5 or 50 or 60 or 70, whatever it is, just listen to the song and watch the kids in the video. Phillips said the same thing. Becky, Derek Simmons, when he saw it for the first time, he says, this is my song, too. This is our song.
Yeah.
That's what we have.
I agree.
But I do understand wanting to hold up and celebrate our legacy. It is very important. But if you're going to do that, let's make sure it's the right song that fits, not just the artist, because it's important that it represents the state. And I'm excited about the possibilities, because if it's not for Eugene Powell and Little Milton, I never play music. So there's no way. Eugene Powell doesn't let me sit back there behind my dad's liquor store. I am probably a really bad eye doctor at best. And nobody wants that.
No. I'm glad you didn't set your sights on that. I will say this, that doing a song that when you get through with the governor and he says, this is what we want, it's got to be a state song, that kind of confines you with some parameters there. So a artist like yourself can be free-flowing, just write anything that he feels like. But when you have those parameters, well, I got to get all these things in, from the coast to the delta, this, that. I just got to mix. And then that starts, a creative guy says, this is pretty, but you nailed it. You didn't overdo it. You nailed it.
Well, it took a while. It's American Pie long, as I say. But with that said, or Freebird live long. It's a long song.
Well, to be honest with you, I have, we can only do 60 seconds on our opening bumpers, and I had to divide it into 4 different sections. So every time they hear it, it's a different section of the song.
Hey, the kids at St. Joe, Paul, they go, I walk in to give them the lyrics, and they look, we don't need the lyrics. We learned this. We wanted to learn it from Kate.
How about that?
And it was awesome because they go, let's do the hurricane verse. And I said, okay, well, all right, you guys got it.
Yeah.
That's it. So anyway,
all right, my man.
I'm blessed. Thank you, guys.
Before we run out of time, one more time on the Mockingbird Songwriters Music Festival.
Last time when you did this, we sold 50 tickets in 10 minutes after we did this a day before the event. So
that's a good idea. What you got a number somebody can call, by the way?
No, do not give up my number. Nobody gets my number. Hey, no, Mockingbird22.eventbrite.com. We will accommodate. It's awesome. We're going to have a great time. And you never heard the song from the songwriter and the heart it came from and the soul. You've never heard the song at all.
I appreciate it, man. Look, congratulations on that, and we wait for the governor to sign it.
Come on, Gus. Love you.
You got it.
All right.
Thank you.